So again, I don't have to say this is your brain. You can see there's a little bit of swelling on the left side still from the surgery. Remember, the left is the right side of the screen. The trajectory we use to get down to this is like this. It's a very narrow window through the mid-temporal lobe. Your speech area is much more posterior in general, and the visual area is more posterior. One issue, though, when you do surgery is you can cause some swelling. So if you look at this type of view, for example, this was called a T2 image on here, and you can see around this is all, we put this what's called flow seal. It's like a hemostatic agent. It has air in it, so it looks kind of like a sponge. So that's just in the cavity. But you can see there's this white that's
in there now?
It just resorbs.
Okay.
It just goes away. And this is mostly fluid in here. But there's a little bit of swelling around this, and that's probably why he made the swelling a little bit worse or better. He'd have like an episode or maybe a still speech, something funny with his speech. The good news is there's really two pieces of good news. One is that the area that enhanced before is out. We went right, it was very small, but this thing was down here. I can go back and show you the original pre-op one and compare it. Let's see here. Chronal T1, 1118. That's not it, that's not it, that's not it. Let me just pause this for a second so I can find it. So what we did was we do a couple things. First of all, you had to use navigation, which is a computer technology, and then use the tube to guide the tube down, like as if we're driving a tube to the spot. This is what we were worried about right here. See that? And it's gone. This is just enhancement of the choroid, which is a different. This is this. But you go one cut up, and it's gone. And we actually
so everything's gone.
Everything's gone. I saw this.
That they tried to take everything, but could not get everything.
No.
Okay, so
No.
everything.
I took everything that looked abnormal. I took out,
Okay.
and the truth was I was actually pleasantly surprised that I actually found something that was round, and it looked vascular to me. It almost looked like a little mulberry or something.
Okay.
And the more likely thing this may have been is what's called a cavernous malformation. It's basically a benign blood vessel, sort of like when you have people have little red or blue splotches on their skin. Same kind of thing they can grow in your brain. And they can cause seizures. They can have little tiny microhemorrhages. They don't really bleed. They just kind of ooze. And it's possible they can cause seizures. And I think this is out. If this is causing your seizures and it's out, you could become seizure free.
So it wasn't an infection?
No, definitely not an infection. It was not inflammatory. I don't think it was a tumor.
But it was just this weird blood vessel that was...
Yeah, I mean, we were concerned because it was growing that it was either inflammatory or it could have been glioma. And when he first came back, they thought they might have seen what are called Rosenthal fibers, which are indicative of a low-grade tumor. Which, even if that was the case, we got the whole thing out also, which would have been potentially curative. But I'm very happy. This hadn't grown a ton in the last few years, but the enhancement pattern changed, and we're obligated to get a diagnosis at that point. And the good news is, right, so two things happened. One, we got the whole thing out. You see no more of that enhancement. It's gone. It's totally gone, number one. And it was benign.
Okay.
So I think now we just have to live the rest of his life. And, if he has occasional speech stuff, it's going to go away, because at his baseline, he's pretty good.
Are there any other short-term things we should think
No.
about?
I mean, he may have episodes where he's not quite right, but at his best, he's there. So all the wiring is there. He may have a little setback here and there, but I would imagine he's going to fully recover. I would be shocked if he had any long-term problem.
Okay, you don't think you have to go back in?
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Okay.